that we can actually go into space and test things there.
Hi, it's Justine Harcourt de Treville, and we are here on the inaugural opening day of Hack Belgium 2019. And we are going to start on a far out subject. We are here with Hilde Steenhout, who works on issues regarding space. And believe it or not, that has an impact for us on Earth, so let's ask her why. Hilde, tell us which company you're working with and what you do, if you don't mind.
Okay, I'm working with Space Application Services. That is a company based here in Brussels. It's about 100 people, and we work on space projects at large. But in particular, I work on a service that we are providing for anybody to get access to space. And we do that through a partnership with the European Space Agency.
Thank you. And can you give us a little better understanding of how space impacts Earth and what kind of problems that we can solve using the innovation tools from space?
Yes, so there is the huge universe that people know about why we go to space to investigate it. But as you say, there's actually a lot of benefits that we can gain from using space features for challenges here on Earth. People might know that they use space on a daily basis for telecommunication to get to wherever they want to be with their navigation. Maybe they know about Earth observation, but there's actually much more features that can actively be used for benefits on Earth. To give one example, we work with pharmaceutical companies so that they can actually test their drugs in an environment in space that is better for example, to create 3D cell cultures. You don't need to know the science about that, but it allows them to better have a better representative environment than they would do on Earth to actually test their drugs. So it's very innovative. It's one area of research, but we work with different R&D areas like pharmaceutical, but also food, even oil and gas. There's now aspects that people can actually go and manufacture in space, making use of this unique environment and unique aspects of this space context.
That's very interesting. And one question I want to know, though, we're dealing at Hack Belgium with issues around climate change. And I'm wondering, is there any way that what we do on Earth and damaging, does it have any effect on space? Can you give us some examples, maybe?
Well, first of all, obviously we can use space in the context of climate change by Earth observation. There's also a lot of Earth observation done, for example, in disaster response that might be a consequence of climate. But I also like to think of the fact that we want to, as humankind, we want to go and explore space, and we want to extend our ecosystem of Earth, we want to extend it into space. That means we also need to start thinking in that context about climate change, and we don't want to transfer necessarily all of the bad practices that we have been doing on Earth into space. And so we can expand and think about that in a bigger picture, and that's how I like to see space as inspiration for the bigger thinking, also in the context of climate change, for, on the one hand, practical solutions, but also for the inspirational aspects.
Sounds like you might like Elon Musk.
Yeah, sure. Elon has done a lot for democratizing access to space and commercializing, and therefore, opening up that ecosystem that is our Earth to bigger, and that we can actually go into space and test things there.
Do you have any favorite personal tips that you think in regards to climate change? Maybe anything protecting the stratosphere? I don't know. Any thoughts?
Yeah, I think in terms of climate change, I mean, my personal tip would be go out. It sounds very basic and very silly, but I have a son and we try to go out every day. I think it's important, but also to go out at night and to see space. And as I said before, space is inspiration. And I think also in the context of climate change and how to use space for big challenges like climate, but also others like traffic monitoring or any of those, I think is really relevant.
Thank you very much, Hilde. Those are some great tips.
You're welcome.